What's up guys, it's Hems once again, and for this video I will just show to you how I edit this sunrise photo. The one as you can see in the beginning of this video, I went to a short sunrise photography just in the nearby beach in my hometown here in Danao, Cebu, Philippines. Especially for beginners in photography who want to try this kind of photo and edit. So this is a good way to do some basic editing and to just this kind of shot pop in Lightroom and Photoshop. So hope you can go along with me. So without further ado, let's start. For this photo, as you can see, these are my settings. 30 seconds exposure at f13 ISO 100. I was using the Canon M50 and this 11 AFM 11 to 22 mm lens at 11 mm. So basically I was using a 6-stop ND filter for this shoot. As you can see, it makes the water smooth and you can no longer see the waves. This is just to have dramatic feel or look at your image. So for beginners out there, I highly suggest you buy a ND filter like a 3-stop, 6-stop or 10-stop ND filter. For me as a beginner, you can try 3 or 6-stop ND filter first. That's my advice. So without further ado guys, let's start the edit. So let's proceed in this basic editing. We are in the develop module. So first we just check our white balance. It's around 5:30 in this morning, and actually I find the image, the raw file kind of blue. I need to warm this up a bit, but we can try like auto white balance first, or we can click this white balance selector tool and click this white portion of this small boat. See if, yeah, I think this way it gets the proper white balance. So let's proceed. For exposure and contrast, I normally don't use this one first, so I will just bring down the highlights a bit and crank up the shadows just to bring out the details in the shadows. And for the whites, can bring up a bit as well. Just pay attention on the highlights. If the highlights on the sun is still okay. So for clarity, I think we don't need to use this for now. These 3 items here. You can put some vibrance around 20 and saturation around 5 only for now. So that's it. Just proceed to the split toning guys. For the split toning, we can add more orange or sunrise feel tone to our image. So we can click here, and maybe you can click somewhere on the orange or yellow portion just to give some orange look at the highlights. You can just experiment this way. And on the shadow, you will bring back, you click somewhere here on the blue side to bring back the shadow, which is on the blue side, of course. For the detail, this is the sharpening and the noise reduction. The sharpening, it already has a 40, so we will not touch that one for now. And for the noise reduction, actually I was in ISO 100, so I guess we don't need to put some noise reduction. For lens correction guys, you can go to this, just click on these two, the remove chromatic aberration and the enable profile correction. As you can see, it automatically detect our lens and it removes some vignetting on the corners, but it it doesn't help on the horizon. As you can see, the horizon is not straight, so we can click this manual and we correct it by adjusting this distortion. So we just move to the right a bit until we can just pay attention on this horizon until it gets straight. If it's okay, then you can click this constraint crop. So we have now a very straight horizon, which is good. So transform, we try click this level if just to see if we are not properly level. So that's the purpose of it. Effects, vignetting, or we not use that for now. We can go straight to the calibration. For this calibration, guys, you can play these sliders. You just play around. For me, I was targeting this sunrise and the shadows, just to have a more warm look to it. And pay attention the color of the sky as well, it's changing. Not too much. I guess it's enough for now. So in Lightroom, I guess we are done. So we will proceed to edit this in Photoshop. So just click right on the image and click edit in Photoshop. So just wait until it will load our photo to Photoshop. So here is our photo, guys. First thing I normally do is to remove some blemishes or unwanted spots on my photo. So this thing can be done by either using this spot healing brush tool or healing brush tool or this patch tool. Either of these three you can use. So for this thing, I think we will try first this spot healing brush tool. But first we need to duplicate our background layer. So we just zoom in to our photo just to check some spots or unwanted spots. So like for this one, we can remove this. You just click and it will automatically be removed by Photoshop. Okay, so I've done removing the blemishes and some unwanted spots of our photo, guys. So the next thing I normally do here in Photoshop is the dodge and burning, or they say the light painting. This is where I think this is the most important editing process, because this is the step that it will separate like the shot coming from the phone and versus the shot coming from a proper camera. Because this is where you will make your photos more appealing, more professional looking. So we will do this. So by doing this, guys, is we will create a new layer. Just click Ctrl Shift N, and there are quite a few steps in doing this, but normally this is the steps I normally use. You just in the color portion, you will create this gray, and on the mode it's either your overlay or soft light, but I just use this soft light. And click this fill with soft light neutral color 50% gray. You click this one and click OK. So for this one, I think we will use first the highlight. We use a brush tool, and you will pay attention on this opacity and the flow, guys. Normally for this thing, I just either use from either 9 or 10 or 8, and the flow is around 30 to 40 only, not much, and the mode is normal. So what we do is we will touch and burn our photo. This one is you just need to have a good understanding of your photo where to do the light painting. Normally, if there's some light portion of the image, you will do the painting, the highlights, to make it more brighter. So for this photo, guys, let's say we will make this foreground more brighter here, this portion. Just brush around. Make your brush more brighter. Paint this side, and we can also paint our skies and the water. So I will zoom in, guys. I will paint these parts of the boat. Will emphasize this portion here, make it more brighter. And this part as well. So I just make this quite fast, guys, just to let you know the process. So you can do this in a more controlled way as well if you want. Okay, then we proceed with this underwater. I think this dark portion we can lighten up a bit, so we just brush a bit, and you see this portion, we can brighten this up some more to emphasize this like the wave, thing like that. And also you can brush the skies, and you can play around the opacity as well, guys. If you think it is very strong, you can reduce a bit. You can brush this very dark portion of the sky as well to lighten it up. And you will click, and if you will burn, you will click this black color, and same thing also, just remain the thing. So we can click portion of our sky here to darken our sky. I think this portion we need to darken a bit. I think you know the idea, so I think it's okay. So we'll create a new layer for all the editing here. Next we will I think we will create an adjustment layer. We select this curve, just click linear. This is to just add a bit of contrast in our image. So as you can see, guys, we almost done. One thing I can give you a tip is to make this thing more the sunrise look is I have this filter. If you had this Sony collection filter, Color Effects Pro 4, so in this Color Effects Pro 4, guys, I will go to this skylight filter. As you can see, for the skylight filter, it will add in like a warm glow on our sky, in our atmosphere, to make it more like a sunrise, as you can see here. So you just play around with the strength. I think 30% or 20% is okay. And one more filter, guys, is Brilliance Warm. This one also is okay, but for me, I think a bit of warm is okay. It's either more warm or blue. So for this one, I will just bring back the blue side because I already have the skylight filter here. So that's it. Just click OK and we'll return to Photoshop. Alright, so here is our image, guys. I think for me this is final ready. So last thing I would like to do here is the sharpening. So for sharpening, go to filter and other, high pass, and you just play around until you see some details of your photo. So I normally just around 1.8 to 1.2 to 2 radius only. At least you can see a bit of detail here, and click OK. And for the blending mode, you just select soft light, and that's it. So here is our final photo, guys. We can save this thing back to Lightroom. So in the file, click save, and it will save a copy to Lightroom. So here it is, guys. So we will show you the before and after. So this is our photo. We will reset this, and so these are before and this is our after. As you can see, there's a big difference from our initial photo, from the raw file in our final image. But you can still further do some fine-tuning here if you want, but for me it's already good enough. So this is our final photo, guys. So hope you follow my or you get my editing workflow, and hope you like it, and hope it can help you in your landscape or sunrise photography. So until then, see you on my next video, guys. Peace.